Hey guys, Josh with LynkSpyder. We're on day, whatever, I think it's day 3. Still doing the rolling review updates of the Lumix GH7 from Panasonic. You know, we get to this point in the exercise where we've changed so many things and tested so many things that we're no longer out of the box setup. We've changed a few things and I may not cover them all. Probably most significantly is we're using a different LUT. And we'll do another video later on to explain what LUTs are if you're not familiar with that. But it's essentially a color coding. And so we're using a portrait LUT right now. And we've also changed the shutter configuration to do degrees rather than time. And again, these are things that are a little bit more complex. But I only bring them up so that as you can see these test videos advance, if you see something that looks different, those are the two primary reasons why they might be that way. So what we're doing is in video, we're shooting in manual mode, semi-manual mode. We control the aperture. We have set the shutter angle to 180 degrees, but we've still allowed the ISO to automatically correct. So we're not fully manual, and this allows us to basically just run and gun and not have to dial in the exposure, but we still get sort of the shot that we're looking for. Okay, that's a lot more wordy than what I was wanting to explain on this. What we want to talk about today is the Rode Wireless Pro set with the GH7. And we have learned, let me back up one step, on the Rode Wireless Pro, it has the capability to use USB as an audio interface. And so with all of our Mevo cameras, with all of our computers, we can plug that USB into the camera or the computer, and that device recognizes it as an audio source. That fixes a lot of gain issues. That fixes a lot of digital to analog to back to digital. But unfortunately, the GH7 doesn't recognize most things USB. Their USB port is pretty well fixed to an SSD or charging, I believe, an external Ethernet port, which we've tried a couple and ours don't work. So we'll come back to that. But for the most part, USB on this Lumix device is pretty limited. So that's forcing us to use the mini phone cord that comes with the Rode device. It's a typical mic cord that you might be familiar with. And I'll be honest, we've never used that with any of the other devices. And so when we plugged it in, it didn't work. You plug it into the camera recognizes that you're trying to use an external microphone, but it doesn't display any response. And so we tested several things, and here's what I got to work. And I say what I got to work, but I also can't make it not detected anymore. So I don't know that that's necessarily the fix. But if you have a GH7, I think even a GH6, and you're using the Rode Wireless Pro or even probably the Go 2, and you experience this issue, this is what we did. We went into the camera and we selected mic powered. So you have mic powered, you have mic unpowered, and you have line. Okay, then we used a TRS to TRS cable from Rode, and that's the red cable, not the one with the gray on it. TRS to TRS. We plugged that into the camera. The camera was off, and most importantly, the Rode wireless receiver was off. Then we turned the camera on, and because it's powered, and because the Rode wireless receiver recognizes power, it turned on. As soon as we did that, we got a pickup. In fact, that's what we're recording right now, and because this is a lot wordier than what I was hoping, I actually hope it's coming across okay so that I don't have to reshoot this. It does look like it might be just a little bit on the high gain side, which we can dial that back, but for the most part we're using all the other settings as default, the auto gain versus the dynamic or manual gain on the Rode device. But once we did that, even if we didn't go through that exact process, it still picked up this microphone. And what we found the benefit of doing the powered mic and keeping it plugged in is when we turn the camera off, it also turns the receiver off. So that allows us to keep the receiver on the camera and not so much having to put it back into the dock here that you see to charge it. We don't do a lot of long sessions with this, so it can go quite a while without having to be recharged. But anyhow, those are the things that we've changed. Again, this is a 4K setup. It'll be on YouTube in 4K. If we post it somewhere else, it'll probably be downsampled to 180 or 1080p, and we'll get this information up on our rolling blog as well. Once again, if you guys have things that you specifically want us to try, don't hesitate to reach out. We will be doing the illustrious torture chamber test coming up, where we will see how this thing handles heat. We'll let you know how that goes. See ya.